A somber courtroom, tense and emotional as the family of a victim comes to hear the reading of a letter that was written from the victim's heart. However, in the middle of the solemn environment, something unimaginable takes place. While sitting in the gallery, the convicted criminal's mother can be seen bursting into fits of laughing. Do you have any idea how many people were taken aback and how loud their gasps of amazement were? Get ready for a tale that tests the limits of empathy, investigates the concept of justice, and delves into the effects that one's actions have on others. A judge in Detroit sent the mother of a drunk driver to jail after she laughed during a victim's testimony about the man her daughter murdered while driving intoxicated. The judge ordered the woman out of the courtroom and into the slammer for her behavior. A sentencing hearing was abruptly halted on an emotional day in court by Judge Kiana Lillard, who did so because she thought that persons in the back row of the chamber were acting inappropriately. In the end, Amanda Kosel was given a sentence that ranged from 3 to 15 years in jail for causing a fatal accident with her drunk driving this past summer in Redford Township. Kosel, who was 25 years old at the time of the accident on June 23, acknowledged that she had been drinking before driving her car over the center line of Beach Daly Road near Plymouth Road. She collided head-on with an SUV, causing the death of Jerome Zerker, who was 31 years old, and badly wounding Brittany Johnson, who was also 31 years old. Kosel entered a guilty plea for driving a vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs that resulted in death last year. Another charge of driving a vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs that caused significant harm was dropped. While the judge was reading the impact statements, she started crying in court. However, Lillard saw the responses of some of her relatives, and she found it to be distracting when she presided over the case. The judge, Kiana Lillard, was having none of it and yelled at the boyfriend, referring to him as a clown. She then ordered the man to leave the room.
You can go too. Whoever can sit here at a tragic moment like this and laugh and smile when somebody has lost a family member, this is a court of law. You cannot come down to the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice and act any way you want to act, because if you don't know how to act, you can go to jail. Ma'am, you are being taken into custody for criminal contempt. Your disruptive and disrespectful behavior disrupted today's proceedings, and you, ma'am, are going to the Wayne County Jail for 93 days for direct criminal contempt. Anybody else want to go? Try it.
She then went on to speak to the other members of the family who were still seated in the audience.
These are very serious matters, and I understand you all are upset because your loved one is going to prison, but guess what? She's going to prison for the choices that she made.
After spending the night behind bars, Donna sobbed her apology before the judge the next morning.
Yes, I deeply apologize for what I did. I was under a lot of stress. And I deeply apologize for what I did in your court. I just needed to get out. And it's been very hard for me this year, and I know for the other family, and I'm so sorry about what I did, and I know it was wrong, and I apologize.
So I will modify your sentence for direct criminal contempt from 93 days to 1 day with credit for time served, and you should be released today.
God bless you.
Following the fatal accident that occurred in the summer of 2017, Donna's daughter was given a jail term ranging from 3 to 15 years. She testified that she had been drinking when her vehicle crossed the center line and collided head-on with an SUV, which resulted in the death of Zerker and serious injuries to Brittany Johnson, who was also a passenger in the vehicle at the time.
It'll be the sentence of this court that you will serve 3 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. If there's nothing further, that concludes this matter.